Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope all of you are doing well, and today I'm back with the second playtest of my new card game Collided Worlds, the latest version. Last time I showed off the red and yellow decks, so today I've got the other two starter decks I've made, green and blue. So as you can see, I've already got set up here. I've drawn the opening hands, even set aside the three stocks that they're going to be playing with today. So green is going to be going first in this playtest, and so let's take a look at green's hand. They've got pretty decent mix of units and action cards, just what you want to see in your opening hand. So we're going to play a unit here, and I think we're going to start off pretty strong here. We're going to play this Pak Ninja. And remember, you can only play one unit a turn because not only are units useful in attacking your opponent, they also gain you resources. You can see in the number in the corner, that's how many resources a unit gives. So we just get our 2 resources, or our SP, or star power as you want to call it. As for the action cards, we could play one, but we don't have enough enough resources to use it, nor are these cards really that useful to us at this time. So we're just going to pass this turn, and it'll be the blue player's turn. So they start by drawing a card. That's a pretty good draw right there. And so they've got a nice bit of options. They've only got like 2 characters they can play, but I think they're going to play Matt here first, who has a pretty useful ability in evasive, which means he cannot be blocked except by evasive units. So despite his lower combat power, or CP, that might be a good choice. So they're going to do that, and that's going to give the blue player 2 SP to use. As for they're also going to spend it right away. They're going to go ahead and spend their 2 to use their Psychic Repulsion action card to return an opposing unit to its owner's hand. So they'll return the Pak Ninja to its owner's hand, like so. And they can't attack just yet, since their hero just got into play, and so it'll be the green player's turn, and they're going to start by drawing a card. And they're going to start off by putting that Pak Ninja back down. They'll gain their resource, and they're going to just go ahead and pass this turn. So the blue player will go. Now they've got now the blue player has an interesting decision. They are going to go ahead and play Enoch from their hand as their unit per turn. That will give them 2 SP, and the Enoch has an interesting ability. The next action card you play costs 2 less resource, and there's some pretty interesting ones to play, so they're going to actually take advantage of that. They're going to just pay 1 and play this Fix It to return an action card from their discard pile to their hand, like so. And now the blue player is going to attack, so they're going to send Matt out to attack. And since the green player has no evasive units, they're just going to simply take this hit, add it to their hand. And now it's the green player's turn, so they get to draw a card. And they are going to decide. They're going to put a Pox assistant down, who has an activated ability which allows them to discard a card from their hand to draw a card. They also gain some resources here. So they're up to 7 resources they can use. And the green player is going to actually attack here with their Pak Ninja. And the blue player is going to try to block this attack with their Enoch, but the green player has a reaction they can play. Since the opponent declared a blocker, they can play this critical blade here for 3 resources, which allows them to just knock out the target blocking unit. So that's gone, and so now the Pak Ninja's unblocked again, meaning the blue player will be taking a hit, so they'll be adding a card to their hand. And then just like that, it's the end of the green player's turn. So the blue player unfreezes their frozen cards, draws a card. And for what they're going to do here, they're going to play Chase here as their unit per turn, bring them up to 3 resources once again. Chase has an ability called Stealth, which states that while it's frozen, this unit cannot be targeted by card effects. That's kind of the thing I'm doing with blue here. I'm not really sure which, because each of the colors in this game has like a main keyword ability they have. I'm trying to decide between evasive and stealth for blue. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe guys can let me know in the comments what you think about it, but I definitely want to have one of these 2 in there, because the whole idea of blue is that they have low-powered creatures, but they make up for it by being kind of tricky in certain ways. And anyway, back to the action here. They are going to the blue player is going to spend their resources here, and they're going to use a Psychic Repulsion to bring Pak Ninja back to their owner's hand. And the blue player is going to attack again with Matt. Since no one can really block him, the green player is just going to take this hit, like so. And that about ends the blue player's turn. Back to green. So the green player is going to choose to use Pak's Assistant's ability to discard a card and then draw a card. So they'll do that. That could be good for later. And as for their unit per turn, they're going to play Pak Ninja back down, putting them back at 6 SP. Or action points, I haven't quite decided. And then they're going to go and play an action card of their own, Mutual Destruction. They're going to knock out one of their units while knocking out one of the opponent's units. So the green player is going to choose to knock out their Pak's Assistant to knock out this Matt here, who's being quite the threat at the moment. And they just played this Pak Ninja, so they can't attack, and so it's going to be the blue player's turn once again, so they'll draw. And the blue player is going to play Fuya for their unit per turn, which gives them 4 SP, and Fuya has an on-play ability to look at the top card of their deck, and they can choose to put it on the top or bottom of their deck. I think they're going to leave that card on top for now. And then the blue player is going to play an action. They are going to play Strategize for 4 SP to draw 2 cards. And the blue player doesn't really want to lose their characters and attack here, so they're just going to hold back for now. Sorry, my shirt got caught on that, but anyway, back to the green player. They're going to draw their card here. And they're going to do some set. They're going to play their Doc Pock, which doesn't give any SP, but it does. But Doc Pock has a good act ability if he can get it off, which states he gives one of the other villains on the field plus 500 BP and a rush until end of turn. Rush meaning the character can attack on the same turn it enters play. And so I think the green player is just going to try an attack here, so they're going to send their Pock Ninja in. The blue player is going to try to block here and put Chase in front. But once again, the green player is going to be playing Critical Blade to knock out the Chase. And then the green player will be taking another... The blue player will take another point of damage. Now it's back to the blue player's turn. They draw. And they're just going to play Enoch once again and gain 2 units of resource. So then they're going to play this Psychic Repulsion for free and bounce the Doc Pock back to its owner's hand, like so. And while they're at it, they're going to spend their other 3 to play the Fix It to get the Psychic Repulsion back to their hand. And now the blue player is going to attack here. They're going to send Fuya out to attack. The green player has no blockers, so they take another hit. Now the green player only has 1 hit remaining to be knocked out, while the blue player only has 2. And so it's back to the green player's turn. They're going to need to do something here to get back in this game. As far as what they're going to play next, they're going to just play down a Pock minion, gain those resources. It's a nice sized blocker for them. They're going to need it to just so they can stay in the game. And they're also going to choose to back up one of their units, so they'll attach this Kyle to their Pock Ninja to give it an extra 100 power, which can be useful. The green player is also going to spend 1 to play Sinister Plot, which discards a random card from their opponent's hand. So I'm going to shuffle these here and pick a random card to be discarded. That was a good hit. They just got that back. Now they can't really use it. And I think what the green player is going to do is they're going to try and keep up the pressure here. They're going to send Pock Ninja in to attack. And that's going to cause the blue player to go ahead and block with Enoch here. And so Pak Ninja does 900 damage to the Enoch, while Enoch does 500 damage to the Pak Ninja. So the Enoch is down, but Pak Ninja has some damage on it. So it's back to the blue player's turn. They draw. And they're going to put Matt down as their unit per turn. Gain those 2 SP. Unfortunately, the blue player has no real good attacks here to be able to finish off the opponent, so they're just going to pass it back over to the green player. And for this turn, the green player is going to play another Pak Ninja onto their field. Gain some more resources there. And they're actually going to pay 3 to play Dark Provide. They have to discard a unit from their hand, and then a unit they control gets plus 500 CP until the end of the turn. So they're just going to discard this Pak Ninja and give this Pak minion here 500. So now it's at 1,000. And the green player is going to opt to try an attack here, and they're actually going to do a joint attack, which is to say they take 2 of their characters and try to block the opponent to try to attack it together. And when you block a joint attacking, and they're going to try to block, they're going to send Fuya out to block, and if the total CP of the joint attacking units exceeds the blocking unit, then they're guaranteed to land 1 hit. So Fuya only has 100. This team has a combined total of 1,400. So the green team is definitely winning here. So they're taking out Fuya, and they will be dealing 1 point of damage to the blue player. And so the green player gets to decide where they want to put the 100 damage Fuya deal, so they'll just put it on their minion here. And then it's back to the blue player's turn. They draw. And since they just have their 1 evasive unit in play, they're just going to send it out to the green player to deal that last point of damage and end the game. And that about does it for this game. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you've been enjoying these playtests so far, and also let me know what you think about the decision whether to keep evasive or stealth as blue's main mechanic here, because I've had someone else in the Discord point out to me that evasive could potentially be broken, and it kind of does show that a little bit in this game, so definitely let me know what you think I should do there if you're so inclined. I'll see you in whatever video I upload next, and take care.